Hi everyone, Nini Yang here. I'm joining our friend Kathy and the dailymarker.com today in a blog hub celebrating the launch of the new 30-day coloring challenge. We're providing a giveaway for the hub, so don't forget to leave a comment on the blog. The 30-day coloring challenge is to color something every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. So all I did was a little loose Copic coloring on my card today. I was inspired by Annie on Instagram to combine two stamp sets together. As you can see from my iPad screen, it was 10:30 at night. I don't know why, but I feel most creative when it's dark outside. And this is seriously the only time I could find that I can actually play. Don't you think the bear looks lonely and could use some friend around him? Thanks, Annie, for the inspiration. If you want me to see what you create with our stamps, please don't forget to hashtag Waffle Flower Crafts. My favorite way to make critter cards is to first stamp all the images. Please don't mind the rows on the scrap paper. It's a layering set we're releasing next week. I was testing it earlier. So, I will stamp and color all the images and then cut them out using the matching dies. This way, I can spend as long as I need to be creative with the placement of the elements. I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink since I will be using Copics today. The bear and bird, so cute. The leaves and flowers. I will go ahead and stamp each of the two flowers twice because the matching dies actually cut out individual pieces of these two stamps. I can rearrange the leaves to fit my card. Don't forget to leave room around the images for die cutting. So here's how I do my Copic coloring. I'm going to use the brush tip and color the bear in a circular motion. You'll need to move quickly once started to achieve a smooth, stroke-free finish. The paper needs to be well saturated with the ink. Keep going until you're satisfied with the look. I'm leaving the belly of the bear white at the moment because I want that to be the lightest part of the bear. And then I'll go over the edges a couple more times than the center, so the end results will look like the bear has a lighter belly, like the belly is kind of a big belly that's sticking out. Smaller images are even easier. All I'm trying to do here is just to get the color on there. Remember to leave gap around the outlines for a loose hand-drawn look. Don't forget the blushes, they will make your critter images pop. You can even go outside the line a little just to have some fun. I'm going to speed up the rest of the coloring process so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Now I'm ready for my die cutting. I think it's fun to dig through all the little pieces to find the matching ones for the stamp. As you can see here, the dies for the flower and leaves stamp will actually cut it into 4 different parts. I stamped the images twice so I can cut out all the pieces I need in one round. I'm going to put a piece of washi tape on top of the dies to hold it in place, just so I don't waste any of the coloring I did. Here I just wanted to show you what it looks like once you have die cut one of the pieces out. You can still cut out the rest of the pieces from this one stamp. And I love this bear die because it cuts the hand out. There are many small images that you can use from this set that would tuck perfectly into his hands. So here are all the little pieces I need for my project today. I'm tucking the rubber duck into the bear's hands. And they just made for each other. And I'm using Annie's idea of putting the banner on top of the rabbits. I made a mistake, so don't do this if you're making a similar card. Stamp your sentiment or your greetings on the banner before you adhere it down. I used foam tape, which makes it even harder to have a crisp sentiment stamped on top once you have adhered them together. Then I just trim off a little excess in the bottom, and then tuck the rubber duck back into his hands. We're ready for the rest of the card. I felt that the bear needs to be holding some flowers as well, so I'm tucking that little flower bouquet in there. Cute! Yes. I also arranged the leaves in a tighter circle than the original stamp around the bear. I felt like we could use some more pink around the bear, so I went back to the image we stamped earlier and cut out the 2 smaller pink flowers, which just magically appeared on the screen here. And I'm going to use Lacy Squares Die to cut out the mats or the layers for my card. We have this big square die in our last release in January. It cuts a 5 1/4 square base, and then with all the lasting layers within them. So we have both the scallops and the stitches and circles, all that you need just to make some big, beautiful square cards. So I'm just playing with the color combination here. I'm using pink and yellow here because it'll help bring out the details that we have colored on our stamped image. This will actually make a very cute mini card, just like that. But, I cannot stop there. I'm going bigger layers coming, and I had this thought that it might be better if we have a different color combination. So I switched the scallop and the stitched square layers. Here's how I'm going to change them. Just slide them back in there. And I think this actually is a white layer right below the pink layers will help bring out the die cuts a lot more because the white edges on the die cuts will kind of fade out into the white layer. It looks very nice. And we're going all the way up to the 5 1/4 inch square. I could use a purple base or a white base. I decided to go with white base just to keep it simple. So I'll be back with all the layers and little pieces assembled and show you the finished card. And this is when I realized I haven't stamped the greetings yet. So I peeled off the thanks stamp and stamped it on there. As you can see, because we have a foam tape right beneath the thing, the thanks is not as crisp as you would on a flat surface. Okay, so here's my finished card with all the little layers, all the little pieces colored and adhered together. I love the dimension on this card. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the 30-day coloring challenge. Don't forget to leave a comment on our blog for your chance to win the giveaway. Thank you. Bye.